if you don't like what you are doing, first of all, why are you doing it? Because I think that now, unless you are living in a very remote place where there is no work at all, then fine. But when you are living in a capital where you have so many options, at least try to find something that is giving you the motivation to get up every morning. And if you're passionate about what you do, it would show.
Hello and welcome to a new episode of Engati CX. I'm your host, Nayan Jadeja, and we are really glad to have you all join us today. On this show, we talk to CX and technology experts from around the globe. We explore, uncover, and share fresh insights on creating experiences that your customers will remember and look forward to. Engati is the world's leading multilingual, no-code digital CX platform that's available across 14 channels with 45,000 solutions created across 186 countries in different domains and use cases. Engati has been recognized as a top platform by Inc. magazine, Tech World, CIO, and many other publications. We run the Engati blog, video channel, and the Engati CX podcast that receives upwards of 400,000 visitors annually. I'm thrilled and happy to introduce our guest today. It is Elodie O'Rourke. She is the head of customer service and success, EMEA, at the Financial Times, one of the world's leading newspaper and media outlets. She has had a long and successful career at FT. Her strength really has been in delivering excellent customer service over the years, and has progressed through her career at multiple other companies. She has a bachelor's degree, and I've also noticed that she's done a lot of volunteer work as part of her career. So thrilled and happy to have you as a guest today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Would be curious, Elodie, you are in the media outlet, and newspaper business. And obviously, the world is abuzz right now with the pandemic, and, how everybody is, reacting, and, customer behavior, and trying to ensure that that remains top of mind. So I would be curious, what have your experiences been at the FT trying to deal through, the last 9-12 months almost?
Well, I think that it's one of the perks to be working at the FT, that we actually went at the FT into lockdown before the UK government, because we are so tuned to what's going on in the world. And the FT is, of course, a British company, but we are an actual real global company. So we do have offices. First of all, our owner is actually Nikkei in Japan, and we have offices in Asia, and the pandemic actually started in Asia, so we could see it coming to us. So that was one of the advantage as well, to take advantage and to listen to our colleagues based in Asia, because they had more experience with the pandemic as well. So that was really helpful. And then from a business perspective, I think we are also blessed to be such a trusted source of information, because our readers need us more than ever. So I think that in the media company, in the newspapers, we are not suffering as much as other publications, so which is quite good. But yeah, it was a lot of it was quite a roller coaster, even managing a business completely remotely, managing teams, keeping people motivated with less resources from a financial point of view, but also with, it's not the same when you don't stumble upon your colleagues in the kitchen or in the corridors. And so you have to rethink everything. And that was I think we were quite resilient and successful in the end, but it's still a learning process, I would say, because we are still in lockdown and we are still working from home, the
Right.
entire FT right now. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. So you are obviously, we are kind of in this mode where there's constant innovation and the pace of change that's happening is impacting almost every industry, right? And I'm sure the demands of your customers also, right, with the adoption of digital, the spread of the internet, the proliferation of mobile devices and so on has had a massive impact on FT and how you deal with your customers. So could you share with our audience how has FT kind of evolved over the years to ensure that customer success remains top of mind for the company?
Well, I think that first of all, we were maybe, if not the first one, certainly one of the first one publication to have to build a customer success team. We were the very first publication in the world to put a paywall on their website, because I don't know if you remember, until very recently, people were used to get their news is for free online, and we were the first one to put a paywall and say, no, we need to protect our journalism and to make our business sustainable, because we could see the trend of digitalization and the paper becoming less and less important. And anyway, now, as we were mentioning in our chit chat earlier, just the two of us, that, I mean, the paper is dying. I mean, I don't even remember last time I actually bought a magazine, to be honest. So for us, it was, I mean, we were kind of some sort of pioneers with that, and then we started to adapt the need of digitalization and our services as such. So because the Financial Times, yes, it's a news source, it's a website where you can get some articles from journalists, but also we are selling other type of services for B2B customers only. So either some sort of so we are offering some features that are part of their corporate subscription, such as single sign-on or such things, but also we are offering different type of services, like syndication licenses for other publication who are buying our content and republishing it, or some people who are using our content and republish it with their own clients, or we are selling some data mining license. So we are very much tuned to what's going on in the world and how we can basically fit our business and our content into today's world. So our customer success team is really crucial in that part, because of course we have salespeople and sales colleagues that are bringing new business or renewing the existing clients. But then we, as customer success managers, we spend a lot of time actually talking to the clients, getting to understand their business, their outcomes, how they need DFT, why they need it, and how they are using it. And it really helps us to shape the future of our company as well. So we are a big part of that. And we are also helping out frequently our developers, because we keep our website and our apps are constantly evolving. And also we create, as I said earlier, specific platforms, specific tools for our B2B customers. So, yeah.
I see. And I'm sure, one of the trends as we talk to more and more, customer experience or CX experts, there is obviously what we call this spread of omni-channel, right? Which is customers now want to talk to you over various different media, right? They might want to send you an email, call you, tweet to you directly, and so on. So how has the FT customer success team also evolved and adopted, all these strategies of ensuring that you are able to keep track of all these different means of communication that customers might want to establish with you?
So as our customer success team looks after essentially our B2B customers, so it's very specific, but we also have a customer experience team that
Mm.
are they are looking after our individual subscribers or B2C clients as well. And because we are a media company, we also have like some sort of community managers that are
Mm.
sitting with the editorial team, because everything we are saying on social media as the Financial Times has to be, it's very important. I mean, our image and how we are perceived and what we say is really important to us. So even like most people nowadays, we do have like some sort of chart and that we have to sign every year just to remind us that we need to be really careful when we speak publicly with the Financial Times voice, I would say. But then just to go back to your question, for us, we do have customer services team that are looking after supporting our clients when there is a technical issue, or even supporting us specifically when we need to set up a license or something very specific. And they are using all the channels that you are mentioning. So either we can contact them by email, our clients, if they are B2C subscribers, they can contact that by chat, phone as well. So yeah, we are not really original in that sense. We are just following the trend. You need to be available in different ways, because some people, they would rather give you a call and set up, or even set up a meeting with you, and other people, they just want to have a chat on a chat channel or such things. So yeah.
Right, I see. Got you. Okay, that makes sense. And I'm curious, you and your team over there, how do you kind of try and ensure, an amazing customer experience such that, in the end, we are all looking for, kind of triggering long-term customer loyalty, so to say, right? So are there things that specifically you and your team have adopted to try and keep your B2B customers, engaged with you over a long time period?
Yes, so first of all, we are trying to build relationships with our customers, and so every customer success manager at DFT, they have a bank of business, a portfolio assigned to them, and as much as possible, we are trying to keep those stable. So because you tend to have like contact with your clients, and you build a relationship, and you're nurturing this relationship, and just to keep with the same people, especially if it's working well, why would you change it? Also, we are trying to, because we are a global company and we have clients all over the world, we are trying to personalize the experience as well, and to, if we can, to have languages, because also sometimes the people we are dealing with are not our readers, if you know what I mean. Some, especially with corporate clients, they can be procurement people, or they can be librarians, and maybe sometimes they don't even speak English at all. So you need to have someone able to deal with those people. And I mean, I don't want to sound too cliche or cheesy, but you have to listen to your customers. What do they need? Why they need it? It's important, because assuming, okay, I would do this and that, and the customer will love it. Yes, maybe, but you have to test and learn what they need, what they want you from. Some people, just to give a concrete example, they would love to have a chat with you every now and then through a video conference call or something like that. Other people, they just want you to send an email once a year, and that's it. So you have to adapt yourself and to check, because every single customer is different, and especially DFT is touching. I mean, our clients can be like very like big banks, or NGOs, or even schools or university. It could be anything. So they are really different. We don't have like a very specific type of customer, and this is what makes our role quite interesting, I would say.
I see. And so, when you are trying to hire for people in your team, right? What kind of characteristics do you kind of look for, or do you feel will help you identify people who will be successful at this role, right? Because it's not an easy one, right? Trying to keep
Yeah,
it happy. So,
that's true.
curious. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And my first, most important thing for me is I need to hire a people's person. So, because it's not only the clients, you have to deal with many internal stakeholders as well, and to set, manage people's expectation, and also you need to be the voice of the customer within DFT, because as any other business, and it's completely human, sometimes we tend to have like goals and specific outcomes, but sometimes the clients, they are there and they don't care about your goals, your sales target or whatever. They just care about their own needs and how they can use your project. So, and sometimes we need those, someone who's strong enough to step in and say, okay guys, okay, yes, of course we have those targets, those goals, we need to do this and that, but at the end of the day, our clients, they need that, and it's not always matching what we are expecting, so we need that. Also, most of the time, which is because the customer success manager role is quite new, it's still kind of a new discipline, so I'm trying to find people who have past experience with a client-facing role, sometimes with a marketing or sales background, and also, especially in my team in EMEA, most of the time I need people with languages, European languages. So it's also important because it's not only being able to speak the language, it's also being able to understand the culture and how people work. You won't have the same type of relationship with someone based in Spain or someone based in North Africa or in Germany, just to give you an example. So you need that. Also to someone who's open-minded and willing to challenge themselves and to think out of the box and to find other ways, because sometimes you have your offers, your product, and then you have like this client who has a very specific or a niche need, and then how can you ensure that they are happy and you give the right thing to them. So yeah, mostly it's that.
And how about kind of both initial training as well as ongoing, right? So somebody who's been a part of your team, let's say, 5 years ago, and then obviously technology has evolved, and so constantly helping them keep pace with, technology tools and, progress that's made so that they can continue, championing the customer going forward. What kind of things does FT do?
Well, we are quite lucky at DFT because the training and personal development is a very important subject for us. And especially in customer success, we are functioning a bit like a startup. Even when I started at DFT 5 years ago, the customer success team was brand new. And they just created it. And sometimes I remember my early days as a customer success manager at DFT, and it feels like it was like 2 centuries ago. So we are evolving constantly. We have this startup mindset still. So we are continuously assessing our processes, how it works, how we work with them, our tools as well. So we are a bit more structured. So we do have, yes, an initial training. If someone is starting, it's much better. It's still improving, but it's much better. Because when I started over there, literally I had like, hi, welcome, this is your bank of business, this is your desk, good luck. And then you're like, okay, let's do it. But now we have a more structured approach which explains our data, how we function, our business model, and so on and so on. And also every year we do have a specific budget allocated to training. So either we use our fantastic L&D team or external providers. And also every year, at the end of the year, we do check with the team how what they would like to learn the following year. So where are the gaps, what it's needed, and if we have like a new platform or a new tool available, of course we're gonna arrange some training around that. But yeah, once again, it's just try to, a bit like we would do with our customers, just to stay open and say, what do we need? Because sometimes, when you're managing people, you tend to, if you do assume all the time what your employees, what your team needs, then most of the time you would be wrong, because you have to ask and you have to check with them. Also, I have to say that what is working well is anonymous survey as well. Very short ones, because sometimes people, they don't dare to tell you, well, I didn't like that workshop, or I didn't think that was that useful. So sometimes just to give like anonymous feedback survey, or very short ones, in like 2 questions, or what would you like to learn? It's really useful, because people tend to be more open when their name is not displayed.
Right. So, if you were talking to someone who's just starting off their career in the customer success, the customer engagement, what advice would you give them for continued success and to do well in this field?
I think you really have to love what you are doing. I mean, in general, in life, once again, I don't want to sound cliche or cheesy, but if you don't like what you are doing, first of all, why are you doing it? Because, I mean, I think that now, unless you are living in a very remote place where there is no work at all, then fine. But when you are living in a capital where you have so many options, I mean, at least try to find something that is giving you the motivation to get up every morning. And if you're passionate about what you do, it would show. Even your customer would see if you like what you're doing when you are interacting with people. If you like that, of course it's going to show, and this is how you can be successful. So of course you can play by, open a customer success book or whatever it could be, and learn it by heart, but you have to love what you are doing. It really shows. It's like if you go into the restaurant and you order a dish, you can tell when the chef he likes his job or her job, and it's good, and it's the very same, I would say.
Right. Great. Okay. Any parting thoughts or last comments that you would like to share with the audience?
Well, the only thing I would like to add is that just to stay open, and also to listen to what other people are saying. Also, I think it's really important to discuss with people who are not working in your sector or in your company as well. So I would definitely advise people this is something that I'm trying to do more, by the way, that's why I'm here today, is to network more and to be more open to what's going on in the tech industry in general, because it's really helpful, especially when it's not your specific sector industry. It's even more interesting, because then you can learn or have ideas that you wouldn't have if you stay in your little corner. And yeah, that's my 2 cents today.
Great. Well, thanks a lot, Elodie. I'm sure the audience will enjoy your insights. Thank you for taking the time and sharing your thoughts with everybody. So really appreciate you taking the time. Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me again. Thank you.
Yeah.